What happens if I hurt someone in a car accident? Do I still have a case?
Hi everyone, I'm Bill Adler, and thanks for joining us for another one of our frequently asked questions. In today's video, we'll talk about fault in a car accident and introduce you to a very important concept of comparative fault and how that can affect your case.
Most people believe that motor vehicle accidents result in a clear victim and a clear defendant, usually being the person who was hurt and the person who caused the accident, and often walks away without a scratch. While this is certainly true for many motor vehicle accidents, it is not always the case. Often, there are multiple victims in a motor vehicle accident. This includes not just the innocent driver. There could also be occupants in vehicles who are not driving, pedestrians, and other third parties who are injured in a crash. Some motor vehicle accidents may even have multiple parties who are liable for injuries for others, including in a two-car crash, where both parties may be at partial fault for an accident. As a result, many seriously injured people often ask our experienced Texas car accident lawyers at Jim Adler & Associates whether they can still recover compensation for their injuries if they hurt someone else in a car accident. The answer is often yes, but it depends on several factors, notably comparative fault. Comparative fault is that a party is liable for its proportional share of an accident. However, a driver's proportionate share can vary from being 1% at fault in a crash to 99% at fault for a crash. Deciding what an injured driver can receive depends on what laws a state has enacted, and every state in the United States has reviewed this issue and made different decisions. In Texas, we follow what is known as a modified comparative fault rule. This means that all injured drivers may recover for damages in a crash, even if they hurt someone else. However, a driver's fault cannot exceed 50%, in which case a victim will not be entitled to recover compensation. Thus, as long as you are under 50% at fault for a crash, if you have injured someone, you will still be able to recover compensation. However, the amount you can recover will be reduced by your comparative fault. For example, if you are awarded $100,000 in a crash, but are 30% at fault, your award will likely be reduced by 30% to $70,000. This means that you can still recover compensation for your injuries, even if you hurt someone else.
It's important to realize that comparative fault is one of the most common ways a defense lawyer and insurance adjusters can try to limit a victim's recovery. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and the other party is blaming you, make sure you hire an experienced Texas car accident lawyer like Jim Adler & Associates to defend your rights to compensation. You can reach us through our website, jimadler.com, or by calling us at 800-567-7575.